Hello and welcome to this edition of the Time with Hime podcast. I'm your host, Lynn Cordes, joined by Superintendent Hime and some special guests, sir.
Hey, we got our coaches here, our football coaches, and then next week we're going to bring on some of our other sports and at least try to get an introduction from all of our coaches around the district as we kick off the fall sports season.
It's hot right now.
Oh, you know what? They're getting a break this week.
Rain.
The rain, but hey, as a guy who coached football, now I coached in southeast Oklahoma where we had 100-degree. We never had to coach in 100 degrees, but we coached in 100 humidity, and I'd take this 105 over that any day. But not into a get over. But anyway, we're glad to have our coaches here, and they do have a break in the weather, so it'll be a little safer Friday night.
They have turf, so we're still good.
Yep,
no mud to worry
good.
about.
Right. So
there you go.
We're going to let them introduce themselves and tell us a little bit about their team, and we'll start with the senior coach on the group, MacArthur.
Yeah, my name's Brett Manning. This is my 17th year as the head coach, which is still kind of amazing to me. I still feel young and dumb, but 17 years, and I love what I do, and I think it's the best profession in the world, and it's just very fulfilling every day to be around our kids.
Let's go to Eisenhower.
I'm very blessed to be here. New coach coming in at Lawton Public Schools. Very impressed with the facilities, the two new turf fields or whatever, and just ready to get it started.
You gonna introduce yourself?
Oh, Coach Matthews, Coach Barry Matthews.
That's okay. You're the new guy. See, Lawton High.
Yeah, Lorenzo Williams, head football coach at Lawton High School. It's my second year. Like I said, I'm really excited. Actually having a chance to be with our kids and just, we've had a great time. I've had a good time being here. My family's had a great time being here. We moved here last year, so my own kids love it here. I love Lawton High. It's been a special place to me.
Well, we'll stay with you since you're the second long one. Tell me how many players you got out. I know I coached football for a while. That number varies a little bit this time of the year, but even in your middle schools, what we're looking at numbers-wise and how the program's progressing as far as participation.
Yeah, we've seen a kind of a big influx in participation lately. One of our biggest things, I feel like our middle schools is getting up. I don't even know how many. We probably got up easily over 100 kids in middle school, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. We have 113 kids on our high school team right now. We had about 91. We started out with that first day of school, and everybody want to be a football player the first day of school type thing. They get out there and
when you're the young coach and you're in charge of equipment, first
day
of school is the worst day there is because there's about 20 guys wanting equipment on the first day of school.
Shoulder pads, helmets, knee pads, and we put some guys on some 5-day leans and make sure they want to be there because last year we had a couple of kids come out early and stay for 2 days. It got too hot for them, so they had to get out of there. So, but guys made it through the 5-day period, so we're gonna put them in pads and. We got some big-headed kids, so I need some new helmets.
I always asking for something. I know I shouldn't have called these guys over here. They always want something.
It's a great time on TV to ask, right?
Can't say no.
Coach Matthews?
Well, new coach coming in. We got a bunch of freshmen coming out. New regime, new roster. We got 119 at the middle school and 113 at the high school. Just fresh new faces and encourage them more to come out.
So awesome. Coach Manning?
We've got about 85 to 90 in our high school and, right around 90 in middle school also. So that's about where we
Those are good numbers, though, when you talk about percentages because your middle school is a little bit smaller than the other two. Eisenhower Middle Schools just keeps getting – everybody's living on the west side. I like the east side myself. I like all three sides. I better be careful here.
I was going to say, you're going to get yourself in trouble.
Get myself in trouble. Here, I just made the grapevine again. But, those are great numbers when you think about our school district and don't take this – people come to me – and you guys know I coached football for 20 years. I was a head football coach for 8 or 10. I don't know. I wasn't very good at it, so I try to forget it. But, when you think about it, we have over 300 kids in high school playing football in Lawton. Yeah. And we have over 300 in middle school playing football in Lawton, from what y'all just told me. If we went to one school, we wouldn't have that. And part of what we do is for kids to participate, and from my chair, them being out and around fine men like you guys is very important to what we do. And so that's one reason why I'm not a big advocate of that one high school. because of that. Because just think how many more kids we got participating than those giant high schools that they don't have that kind of number. So big shout out to you guys for your participation. Well, the new guy, tell me about what you think about what can we look forward to for Eisenhower this year. Of course, you're new into the area. So I used to always tell everybody when I coached, I'll help you here a little bit. A lot of times what goes on depends a lot about how the other team is.
Right.
Everybody always says, well, you're going to win this one. So, well, the other team gets a say-so in whether you win or not. It's not. It's not one of those things where you just get style points. And you don't know a lot about the other teams. I know I'm guessing you've watched a lot of film throughout the summer on all your opponents, but it's still different than Coach Manning's seen everybody in all those teams. He can pretty much tell you about everybody because he's seen them for 17 years. Plus, he was assistant coach there for a while. Coach Zoe's been here, but he's even been in the area. So, but tell us your expectations about Eisenhower.
Expectations for just having a standpoint on discipline. More so, coaches getting involved with the kids. Them seeing our faces every day. More so, being active in the hallways. Education for always first, and just shepherding the new kids that's coming in. I mean, I'm new around the block of coaching, but I don't think it's a change of just gratifying kids into success.
That's a good way to talk in front of the superintendent.
You like that?
You did good. That was good. That was good. Yeah. What about you, Coach Manning? What can we expect out of MacArthur this year?
Well, we're really excited.
I think you're ranked about third, fourth.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't pay any attention.
Yeah, I do see that there's some pretty good. I'm with you. Yeah. Those ratings don't mean anything, do they?
They don't. And
you don't get spotted 3 or 4 because you're ranked higher than the other time.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe later in the year they'll matter a little bit, or they'll have a better idea of where people actually stand. But
sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Tell us
about MacArthur this year.
No, we are really excited. We've got a few new defensive coaches and had a little changeover there, which I don't have a whole lot of usually throughout the years. My staff has been very consistent, but we've got a few new defensive coaches, and we're excited about some of the stuff that they've brought in defensively and offensively. We've got some good players and really just really excited to get the season going. I've got a couple of guys that are committed to Division I schools, which again is not something that happens just a lot.
That's true
for us. But I've got Adam Austin, our safety, is committed to Arkansas, and Josh Rushing, a receiver, is committed to Tulsa, and they will both play on both sides of the ball. And you got to, when you have those athletes, you've got to use them.
They make us better coaches.
They do. They do. And,
sometimes really good kids make us better coaches. Yes.
They do. And got a quarterback that's a 3-year starter that I really like. Really good kid and good athlete. And so we're excited. We're ready to get going.
Awesome. What are we going to get out of Lawton High this year?
We got a lot of babies, man. That's we are young. I think we got two guys that started last year, one offense, one defense, will be back this year. A lot of new faces. A lot of young guys are going to get a chance to compete at a high level and play well. We've been feel like we've been traveling the world. We've been to Tulsa a couple times. Been up there for a team camp, and we just left from our scrimmage last week. But we played. 4 state champions, 3 state semifinalists. You know what I mean? So we've been in the fire a little bit. The guys are getting ready to go, so we're pretty excited about it. Like I said, we got a lot of young guys. We got one kid that's got 6, 7 offers right now. Got his first 3 D1 offers the last couple of days, so that's pretty good. And then everybody else is just we trying to figure it out. We'll see how it goes. It's one of them things where the first game of the year, the guys are gonna make the least mistakes and not turn the ball over is probably gonna win. So if it's raining, that's gonna be a little
it's kind of hard to talk too much when you're sitting by 2 of your opponents over
there. Listen, I root for these guys all the time, man.
Except for one game, right?
Yeah, except for one game. Maybe 2 with Brett. We don't know. I root for these guys all the time, so we're excited about it.
Well, in closing remarks, anything you guys want to say? Oh, we need to talk about it. We're selling season tickets this year.
That's coming up.
Yeah, we got it there. But look, with the coaches, and one thing we need to make sure our fans know, and all of our coaches and everyone knows, half of the price of the season ticket goes back into the activity account of said sport. So we're even letting, again, if you're the football coach, it's like, I coached football for years. Band never got any of the gate money. But now if the band kids sell tickets to the football game, they get half of it, and then the other half goes into the activity fund that they use to pay for officials and all that throughout the year.
Right, and just for clarification, not tickets just in general admission, but the all sports season pass.
Yes.
So for that, that's where.
Right, it's an
which
all
we'll go
sport.
into
Yes,
in
I'm
just a
sorry. Yes,
minute.
all sports season pass.
Correct.
It's and we'll talk more about it
Yes.
later. She's got the whole list up on some teleprompter that she can tell you exactly how much they all are. But anybody got any closing remarks to tell us? Like to say on closing this Time with Hime podcast.
I think I'm pretty excited about that home game we get to play over at our place. So
Yeah.
I appreciate you for getting us the home stands and the bleachers and the visiting bleachers and all that. I mean, that's a big deal moving forward. Being able to get games at our own place. I appreciate that.
Brett was here when I got here.
Yeah.
And he probably kind of liked the idea that they just hired a football coach a guy that was paid to be a football coach. I don't want to say I was just anything special, but that was one of my goals to say, Cameron was not. Now the new president says he's found like $400,000 or some money he's going to put into the stadium there, and we're going to try to upgrade that a little bit. So we don't want to go there, but the excitement of playing a game at Lawton High for the first time in 100 years, or at MacArthur, there's never been a home football game there. I don't know that any of the three schools have ever had a home football there. And we talk about this a lot, not to beat the horse, but last year in the semifinals when our girls soccer team, and I say this with Lynn here, keep talking because her daughter was on the team. But getting to play on that field, the energy for that school, I think it can change the energy for the school. So I'm really excited about those games.
Well, it's amazing, our facilities, and it's something that I've been here a long time and never would have believed that we would have what we have right now.
New locker rooms for the girls. That's changed a lot. I know we're still doing a little tweaking here and there with those, but that's exciting too.
It is.
You never got here when you just had to play on dirt and didn't have turf field to practice on.
This is new to me, but it looked great though. Our stands just came in for the visitor side or whatever. So
have they got the press box on it yet?
They've been working hard,
And I know yours
every day. They were pouring concrete this
morning. And
morning.
then they're still waiting. At Lawton High, it's not behind because we did it last. There were some electrical lines, which I think PSO's buried theirs, and maybe AT&T or somebody has a line going that has to get buried before we can pour the concrete. Obviously, you can't build bleachers under an electrical line that's not that high, because not that kids would jump up there and grab it or anything, but
might throw some shoes up there.
Throw some shoes up there. So, well, thank you guys for coming, and we're going to get on, and then we'll.
That's right.
Y'all stay with us, and we'll cover the few things we've got to cover.
To keep up with the theme, so first game this week, Friday, we have some new fan guide information out there for our families. That'll be unveiled. So safety and security, huge. You see it all over social media and in the news. So please, please, please follow our guidance, because it's for the safety of everybody.
We basically use the same rules they're using it. If you go to a Thunder game or go to an OU football game or an OSU football game or any football game, we're basically those same rules. We look at what they do as far as bags you bring into the stadium and just trying to walk you through. And we've got those great metal detectors. We did that last year, and it's pretty seamless.
Yes.
So just make sure you get there a little early if you're worried about it. But our people did a great job with that. And
clear backpacks.
Clear backpacks.
Let me rephrase that. Not a backpack. Clear bags. And so the guidance will come out this week of how big they are, 12 by 6 by 12. And
that's a gallon size.
Like Ziploc bag.
Okay.
And then if you have a clutch, there's a certain standard for safety and security.
And you're not telling them to bring it in a gallon size Ziploc bag. You're telling them the bag is the size.
You could bring a Ziploc bag if you don't want to go buy it, and some people will, so I'm not going to take that out of them. But please just follow what they say. No cups, no Stanley cups coming in. We have great concessions that'll be all over, snow cones. Just come out and enjoy the game, but we're going to do so in such a safe manner. So,
and if it's not moving fast, please don't yell at our officers. They're just
admin.
Doing their job. Or you can add it. You can yell at the admin. Don't yell at the officers. They're just doing their job.
Right. Okay. And then for the all-season sports pass for you guys and for our families, it's already out there. We've had some people come. It's for, just a reminder, middle school, high school complexes. So if you want to buy something for Eisenhower, that pass will get you in to the middle school game and the high school game.
Any Eisenhower game in Lawton?
In Lawton, correct, and not playoffs. Playoffs,
no,
we
playoffs
don't
are
control that, and we have
tournaments.
Tournaments, no.
No tournaments.
That's their fundraiser.
No tournaments. Right. No playoff games. But if Lawton Central Middle School is playing at MacArthur Middle School, that pass will get you into that
Correct.
game if you got a central pass.
Correct.
Yes. Yeah. So the pass works in Lawton, and that was a little bit of confusion. People thought, well, will it get me across town? And it will.
It will. And so I'll just say this real clear, and we'll have some guidance up on our website. You can always go there and look, but it's $100 for a single pass, $175 for a two-person pass, and that does include their children. So if their children are in the household, only thing we ask is that middle school students and high school students wear their ID, the elementary students, everybody that's walking in with you on a family pass has to walk in with you at the gate. You can't come in and then the kids an hour or 30 minutes later. Everybody has to come in at the same time for the pass to work.
Keep it from being
correct, because it can get really messy
confusing
and whatnot. But look, check our website out. We have more information.
And this is our first year to do this. There'll be some kinks, but we'll get them all worked out, and it'll be good for our families because it's an all-year pass.
And what Mr. Hime was talking about with the 50-50.
Fundraiser,
right.
yes.
So it's open when you go and do that ordering online or at the school. 50% goes to the kids or the families that they choose. So it could go to band, it could go to cheer, it could go to football, soccer, softball, whatever it is, 50% proceeds.
So if the girls soccer team sells 100, they'd get $5,000 in their activity account if they sold 100 of the single passes. And then they get half of the 175. Don't make me do that math right now.
Okay, I won't. But other than that, that's what we have going on. We have some great sporting events. We cross country. They had their first meet last week.
So did really well at Duncan?
Yes, and then softball and volleyball are active and out there playing. The rain should be okay for them,
all
as
going
long
great.
as no lightning.
Everybody's happy with the rain to get this 100-degree heat going.
And change it. And then one other thing, just a reminder to our families to update their information, because if in the event, we've had a lot of activity going on with school going out, but update for the standard, the call outs that we do for emergency contacts.
Big shout out to our elementary schools. I believe our car lines have flowed really well this year for the first. I know those parents sitting in line don't feel that, but for the first of the year, they've flowed well. Our bus transportation has gone well this year. Again, don't jinx them, but I mean, obviously we said this last week. We've had some hiccups, and they're not minor. If you were part of it, I always say if it was my grandkid that was part of the hiccup, it's not minor, it's a major deal. So I don't want to downplay any of the few incidents we had, but considering we're getting 14,000 students to and from school every day in different manners and in all the different buildings we do, we have some people that's done a really great job. So our bus drivers, our transportation people have done a great job. Our elementary guys on those car lines, you can imagine how long those get. Sometimes they've done a great job. So big shout out to them. And luckily it's going to cool down so it won't be so hot standing out there in car line.
That's it. And then we had our first full week of no cell phones in the building.
Yes.
It worked. We talked about that a little bit.
We talked about it a
before.
little bit. Where
it's been nice
it's
to hear
amazing
them.
how much the students are really liking it. We're getting a lot of comments from the students that I'm actually having to make friends, and that's kind of well, it's kind of and you can see how quick all three of these guys are agreeing with that. It's not sometimes people say, well, he's just saying that because everybody's but yeah, it's amazing. And again, when they made the law, I wasn't in favor of it. I don't like them telling schools what they have to do because that's a local control board. But right now, I'll be the first one to stand up and say, hey, you making the law may be a good thing. It may help us. It may help some of our young people to become more social and better prepared for life. And we're all over life-ready graduates. So
that's it. Well, you guys, we had a full podcast today. Next week, we will have our cross-country, volleyball, and softball coaches come out and get a preview of how their season's been going so far.
Yep, awesome.
Other than that, will you give them the email and website?
Oh, yes. If you got any questions or comments, info at lawtonps.org. Send us an email, and then our website is lawtonps.org. Get on the website. We say this every time. We won't get many comments. It's a big website with a lot of information. And you can't make everything 1 or 2 clicks, but if there's something you feel like should be a little easier to get to, send us an email and we'll work on making those easier to get to because, again, I'm one of those guys, if I got to click 7 times to find it, I'm not going to find it because after 3, I'm going somewhere else.
Correct. And so we work really hard to do that, and we'll take care of it. Anything else you want to say, Mr.
Nope.
Hime?
Thanks.
Jamal,
Great start to your year.
Yes.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks. I mean, whenever you guys, it makes my day. Again, I was a coach and winning was important. I used to tell everybody I talked about character and everything. When that ball was kicked off, all that stuff went out the winning. It's all about, and that's an overstatement because I know you guys better than that. You're always about that and taking care of kids. But to see those numbers and things, it makes me feel really good about what we're getting done with our football programs and the number of young men that we're affecting with football. So great job, guys.
All right, you guys. Thank you again.
Thanks.
Appreciate you, Mr. Hime. Thank you for watching. Until next week, you guys be well, stay safe, make positive impacts, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.